Hey there team, Scott here from Scott and Hannah. Let's do some yoga.
So we're going to get comfortable on the mat. So I'd suggest you having a little lie down to start with. Let's stretch out the legs. I'm going to turn the toes back to activate the legs. Stretch your arms up overhead. Take a breath in and a breath out. Just stretch long through the body. Let's tuck one knee in towards the chest. Take hold of your knee or shin. Pull your knee to your chest. Bring your forehead to your knee. Extend the body out long. Extend the leg out long. Let's do the same on the other side. Second leg. Knee to chest. Forehead to knee. Again extend. Now this time we're going to start thinking about looking through the knee cap with one eye. Maybe take your outer eye. Look down the inside edge of your leg. Extend and lengthen, and then do the same on the other side. So you're looking down that inside edge of your leg whilst one eye looks through the kneecap itself. So switching legs, switching eye socket, this time looking down the outside edge of your knee or outside edge of your leg. Switching to the other side, and so returning back to forehead, forehead to knee, knee to chest. Flowing with your breath. Out breath, knee to chest. In breath, extend. So again, looking down the inner edge of the leg. Switching sides. And again, switching legs. But again, switching eye socket, but this time looking down the outside edge, like before. Knee to chest, eye, cheekbone to knee. Good. Let's rest there. Let's bend one knee in, bend the second knee in. Get comfortable. Let's open up the hip joints by making some circles through the hips. Allow the body to come up with you. As the arms extend, the body comes up. Think of rolling through the spine. So you get movement through the spine, movement through the hip joints. So we're going to go 3 circles one way and then 3 back the other. And rest the feet down. I'm going to bring the heels close to the back side. I'm going to press into shoulder bridge, feet hip width apart. Let's press the hips towards the sky, planting the feet into the ground. We're going to focus in on the breath. So think of every knuckle of every toe pressing into the ground whilst you press your hips towards the sky. Think of length through the thighs, so think of your knees stretching away from your shoulders whilst you focus in on your breath. And then release down. Again, let's tuck those knees in. Let's give your knees a bit of a hug, round up into a ball-like shape. Good, and again release back down. Let's tuck those knees in. So we're going to take the knees out to one side. Use the top hand to help, just to give it a bit more weight to the legs. So your in breath, when you're in breath, bring your knees back in. When you're out breath, take your knees out. I find this is a great way of loosening up the lower back, preparing the body for some twisting. So out breath takes the knees out. In breath brings the knees back in. You think about pressing your lower back into the ground, especially when you come back up. Good. Let's rest it there. Let's stretch the legs out, lengthen out the body, lengthen out the mat. I'm going to raise the upper body up, reach the arms forward, and then back down. Let's add the leg in. So as you raise up the legs slightly. So this is a preparatory kind of stage. If you're able to, we can take this further. We can bring ourselves up onto your bottoms. Bring the leg up higher, extend the leg out, pull the toes back. So out breath again. On the out breath you raise up. In breath, lower back down. Think about how you roll through the spine. Every vertebrae of your spine touching the mat at some point on the way up and on the way down. Raising the leg, alternating left side, right side. Like I say, out breath, you raise up. And so long as you're breathing out, you're still up there. In breath, you lower. And so long as you're still breathing in, you're still down there. Good, making that one your last. Just tuck the knees in towards the chest. Give those knees a hug. Good. We're going to take the knees out to the sides again, like we did just now. In breath, bring the knees in. And out breath, take the knees out. Again, using the hand to add a little bit more weight to the leg. If, like me, you're a little stiff in the lower back, around the midriff, the torso. So in breath in, and out breath out. Out breath out to the side, that is. And in breath, bring your knees back into the center. This time we're going to stay. You're going to look over at your hand that stretches out, and with each out breath, stretch a little bit further. Again, with your in breath, you're going to bring the knees back in, do the same on the other side. Spend a little time here. And with your out breath, allow the body to twist further, looking further over, stretching the arm further out. Maybe even your legs sinking closer together down to the ground. Again, bring those knees back in. We're going to stretch out on the mat. We're going to lengthen out. Extend the arms out overhead. And like before, again, as you breathe out, raise up. Seated position, but this time we're going to hold. Releasing back down on the out breath. And again, switching sides, doing the same thing. Again, holding, seated. Think about lengthening tall through the spine. Stretch your legs out long. Again, repeating on the first side. Not holding quite so long this time. Alternating, left side, right side, left side. Out breath brings you up. In breath lowers you back down. Making that one your last. Again, resting. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Take hold of those knees. And gentle rock forward and back. We're going to bring ourselves up onto our bottoms and ready to come round onto all fours. Hands and knees. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. We'll work through a little cat-cow. Let's breathe in, look up, tuck the toes under, lower the back. And out breath, cat, arch the back, tuck away the tail. Again, in breath, cat. This time into down dog. So pressing back, pressing the heels into the ground. Think about pressing your hips away from your hands. So length through the spine, length through the legs. Feeling that stretch in the back of the legs, maybe even through the back, the arms. Now if your legs, or in fact if your heels are not touching the ground, you can alternate, pressing one heel, raising one heel, as you bend one knee. Flow with your breath. I like to breathe out, press the heel in, and in breath, bend the knees as you switch. And then let's press both heels into the ground. We're going to lower again, back to tabletop position. This time we're going to bring the toes together, knees slightly wider, bring the hands into the center. I'm going to raise one hand up to the sky, twist out to the side on the in-breath, out-breath back down, and switch sides, in-breath up, out-breath down. Just flowing from one side to the next. In-breath, we raise up. Remember to stabilize the shoulder that supports you. And let's rest up there. Again, breathe in, cow. Let's step one leg forward. I'm going to lengthen out into a lower lunge. Alternate that back foot if you need to. Wiggle it back, get lower, get stretched longer. I'm going to wrap the arms around your thigh. So resting your body on your thigh, on your front leg, extending out through the back leg. Draw a straight line through your head, through your spine, and your outstretched leg that's behind you. Again, let's rest here. Back to tabletop position. We'll do the same on the other side. Breathe in, cow, and then step the other leg forward. Again, position the back leg further back if you need to. Extend out through the leg. Again, wrap the arms around the front thigh. Lengthen your head away from your back foot, and your back foot away from your head. So create some nice length, strong into your front leg. Find your balance. I'm going to release back down to a tabletop position. Breathe in, cow, and then step. First leg forward. I'm going to raise the arm up like we did earlier and reach the arm in behind you. Extend out through the head again, extend out through the leg. And as you breathe out, you may find you go just a little bit further. Make adjustments where you need to, but if you are adjusting, adjust slowly. If you adjust too fast, you have to stop fast, and when you stop fast, that's when you topple. So let's switch legs, back to all fours. Breathe in, cow. Again, stepping that second leg forward. Let's do the same. Reposition the left hand or that second hand underneath your shoulder. Reach the arm around. And again, create length through the body. Make sure the front foot, the big toe, is pressing into the ground. When I say the big toe, I mean the knuckle of the big toe, not necessarily the big toe itself. So you've got a nice front foot planted into the ground as you stretch long. Adding in the twist as you breathe out, maybe going just a bit further. And then return back to center, tabletop position. Breathe in, cow. And again back into down dog. Raise one leg into three-legged dog, pressing the heel into the ground, so extra weight pressing that heel down whilst you press one leg back. Again, lengthen both hips away from both hands. So not just working on the legs, but working on the body too, the arms. Let's return that leg in. So let's do the same on the other side. Second leg. As you breathe in, raise that second leg up. Lengthen out. Stretch that leg long. Press your hips back. And focus in on your breath, whilst you focus in also on your bodies. Again, lower that leg back to down dog. And we're going to lower the legs back down to the ground. We'll come into a child's pose, so we've got toes together, knees wide. You can wrap the arms around the back, or you can keep the hands on the floor. whatever you're doing though, make sure your head, your neck is comfortable. You may want to keep your hands on the floor if you're not quite so comfortable. But we're going to stretch those hands forward, find the front of the mat as we come back to that tabletop position. Breathe in, cow. We're going to step the first leg forward. So we're going to come up into a lower lunge. Press the hands on the front knee. Now you can take your knee to the floor from here and work from here, or keep the leg extended. We're going to take one arm, opposite leg. We're going to wrap through. Now you could keep your hands just in place, or, like me, bring your hands in that prayer position. But noticing with each out breath that perhaps you go just that little bit further. Now on the in breath, we're going to ease our way back to center. See if you can do this without touching the floor. But if you do, don't worry. With practice, you'll get more stable and stronger. Let's focus in on the breath. In breath and out breath. Let's rest back down. So we're going to come back to tabletop position. We're going to do the same on the other side, but breathe in, cow. Step the second leg forward. A little bit too far forward with that one, so that one goes back. Again. You can bring the knee to the floor, or extend out through that back leg. Let's take the arm through, opposite leg, reach all the way through. Again, you can stay here, or bring the hands, prayer position. So you're working within your limitations, you're working at your level. Focusing on the breath. And with the out breath, maybe going just a bit further. When I say further, it might be a fraction, just a small amount, but stay focused. And again, like before, we're going to return back to center. Stay focused. Let's return the hands back down. Tabletop position, breathe in, cow, and back to down dog. Again, we're going to raise one leg, three-legged dog. We're going to bend that knee, that raised knee, and if you can, twist out to the side. If this is too much for you, you could stay in three-legged dog where you stretch the leg out, or you could just bend the knee. But like with all things, going just that bit further with each out breath. Let's return back to that three-legged, back to down dog, both feet to the ground. Let's do the same. Other leg, second leg raises. Again, we can bend the knee and or open out to the side, adding in with a bit of twist, still pressing the hips away from the hands. You'll notice as you stay here that you start to progress. And again, returning three-legged back to down dog. Turn the knees back to the floor. Again, child's pose, toes together, knees wide. You can keep the hands resting on the floor or take the hands in behind you, but making sure your head, your neck is comfortable. Just focus here on your breath. Let's return those hands to the front of the mat. Bring yourselves back up, tabletop position. Breathing in, cow, and pressing back, down dog. So we're going to raise one leg, we're going to bring that knee forward into pigeon. We're not staying. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, press back. Lower the foot. So let's do the same on the other side. So breathe in, raise the leg up. And again, pigeon, opposite side. Like before, we're not staying. Again, press back. Good. So let's do the same again with first leg, but this time we're going to stay longer. So we bring that knee forward and get comfortable, find our position. The idea here is to sink your front leg, thigh down to the ground with your front cheek. Let's return back to three-legged, down dog. And then do the same on the other side, raising the second leg. Bring the leg forward, pigeon. Again, adjust your body, get comfortable. Return, three-legged. Back into down dog, to tabletop position. Now we're going to take the feet towards the back edge of the mat, keep the hands at the front edge of the mat, keep those hands stuck in place, don't let them move. Looking forward, press the hips back, melt the heart down to the ground, press the hips forward, lay the thighs. Now take your time with this one, work within your limitations, start small if you like. I like to move with my breath here, so I breathe in, return back, out breath, press further back, in breath, coming back up, and then out breath, pressing forward. So you can flow gently with your breath. Hands still stuck in place. And as you work through this, you start to feel more comfortable. Again, let's return back to the tabletop position. Breathe in, cow. Back to down dog. Breathe out. So again, we raise one leg this time. And the knee forward. Back into pigeon. So we're going to take this a little bit further. I'm going to take the opposite arm in front of front knee. I'm going to add a little bit of twist here. Still working on stretching your back leg back, sinking your front thigh to the ground, adding in the twist. And allowing again for your body to progress on your out breath. Let's return back up. Back to three-legged. Leg in the air, stretches back, back to down dog. Let's do the same. Other side, raise the leg up. Three-legged, bring the knee forward. Get comfortable, find your place, find your position, and then take that opposite arm across, adding in the twist. Flowing with your breath, allowing the body to progress on the out breath. So again, let's return to three-legged. So let's sit back on the heels. Just recover the breath. And as you breathe out, bow forward, bring the hands forward to the front edge of the mat. Breathe in, cow. Back again to down dog, press the heels into the ground. So breathe in, frog. Open the knees out wide, and breathe out, down dog. So breathe in, turn the heels in, toes out, knees out wide. A bit like a frog ready to jump. Breathe in, cow. Breathe in, frog. Just cross the knee over to touch the wrist and press back to down dog. Again the same, we breathe in, frog, look forward, press the hips back, cross the hand over, cross the leg over to the hand. Pressing it back, down dog. So again, breathe in, frog. This time bring the knee across to the elbow. Again, pressing back to down dog. We'll repeat. Frog, elbow, return to down dog. Again, rest the knees down, back to child's pose. So toes together, knees wide, forehead resting. Slide those arms forward, bring the hands to the front edge again, bring yourself forward. Now we're going to bring ourselves into a seated position. So switch ourselves around, bring the feet to the front edge of the mat, we're going to lengthen out. Stretch out the legs long, get comfortable. Just breathe in, raise the arms up. Breathe out, fold forward. Grab a hold of the feet, grab hold of your shins, grab hold of something. Breathe in, lengthen up, look forward. And breathe out, fold back down. Breathe in, reach past the feet, but now lower the hands, lower the body back down to the ground, take the hands overhead. As you breathe out, bring the hands forward, bring yourself all the way forward, reach past the toes, grab a hold. In breath, reach past the toes. Nope. In breath, lengthen up. Out breath, lower. In breath, reach past the toes. And again, lower the hands, lower the body, roll back. And again on the out breath, roll through the spine, back presses into the ground. As you reach forward. In breath, lengthen. Out breath, fold. In breath, lengthen. Lower the hands, roll through the body. Good. Out breath, coming back up, roll through the body, reach past the toes. Of course, if you found this one was too hard, you don't have to go all the way down to the ground. Only go down as far as you can return back up. So you're going to breathe in, raise the arms up. Now this time we're going to tuck one leg in. Base of the foot on the inner thigh, open the knee out to the side. Breathe in, lengthen tall. Reach forward, grab a hold of one foot. In breath, lengthen, look up. And out breath, fold. So in breath, lengthen. And out breath, fold. So keep flowing with the breath. In breath, lengthen. Out breath, fold. This time we're going to reach out and pass the foot, breathing in. Switch legs. In breath, lengthen. Out breath, fold. So opposite leg. Knees opening out. Body's lengthening on the in breath. Folding with the out breath. In breath, lengthen. Out breath, fold. Just reach out, breathe in, raise up. Extend the legs out. Both legs. Out breath. Fold forward, take hold of the feet. In breath, lengthen. And out breath, fold. In breath, reach out past the feet, come back up. Now we're going to bend one knee in. Place the foot close to the back side. Take the same side, same arm behind you. We're going to reach your front arm forward. So twisting over the bent knee. So allow the body to look back. So the body turns to the side, the head turns to look back at the back edge of the mat. Adjust the body where needed. You'll find your body perhaps allows for a bit more movement, and so you take that movement, you move further into it. In breath, return back to center. We'll do the same on the other side. Let's tuck the other leg in. So same arm, same leg. Goes back. Reach the opposite arm up. And again, reach forward. So lengthen through the spine, sink the shoulders down. Adjust the body where you need to. Try and lengthen the body up tall. And as you spend time here, you'll find that your body will allow you to go just a bit further. And if you need to adjust, if you can adjust, then do. Again, with your in-breath, return back to center. Extend the arms out extend the legs out. Again, reach forward. And again, breathe in, reach past the feet and roll back like we did earlier, all the way down. So we're going to roll onto one side. We're going to straighten the body out, lengthen out, bend the knee in. If you can, grab a hold of the foot, extend the leg out. If that's too much, you can always grab a hold of the leg instead of the foot. But notice it's the lower arm, the opposite arm, taking a hold of the top foot. Eventually allowing your head, your shoulders to reach back down. Now I take a little bit of time here. I'm a little bit stiff in places. But eventually the head meets with the floor. If you find your leg lifting from the ground, you can add your hand to your leg to add a bit of weight, keep it down. But once your head's down, once your head is down, raise the arm up, and then you can add in a bit more rotation. Now it's not important, it is not important that your hand touches the floor. We're looking for the shoulder to reach the floor. So don't be taking your hand to the floor without your shoulder first getting there. Because that's all you're doing there is moving through the shoulder. So let's switch sides. We're going to roll onto the other side. So again the same. So again, top leg extends out, holding on with the opposite hand. Eventually the head touches the ground. If you're far more flexible than me, then you'll be down there already. You'll be already moving the arm up and over. So again, if your leg starts to lift off the ground, add a bit of weight to it with your hand, pull it to the ground. So taking your time and allowing the body to progress at its own pace. And as you take time, as you can see, the body starts to allow for that movement. So let's use that arm back in, bring the knees back in. Let's come back onto your backs. Give your knees a bit of a hug. We're going to rest the feet down. We're going to bring our legs into what I call butterfly wings, feet together, knees wide. I find this quite a nice place. If you have lower back pain, lower back issue, I find this one, for me, is quite nice, quite comfortable. You may find the same. You can also bring the knees in, bring the knees together, feet wide. Again, this position is a nice place to relax. Again, if you have lower back issues, lower back pain, you may find this one quite comfortable. Or we can stretch the legs out and lengthen. Let's let the body now relax in whichever position you're in. Time just to breathe. Notice any changes in the body, physically, emotionally, or in terms of energy or spirit. Great work, team. Let's bend the knees in. Let's bring ourselves into a seated position. And whatever you're going to do with the rest of your day, let's hope it's a productive, peaceful and loving one. Until next time, guys.